So traditionally you would run it a little farther right, sort of where the water comes out from the drop the most, and I like to run it on a righty, so I'm putting my paddle where the water is, not so much my boat.
No crossbow lefties.
No crossbow lefties. The hydraulic is actually relatively bad here, but obviously with speed coming in, it's pretty hard to end up there anyway. But yeah, just nice down the middle, and you'll start to see that little rooster as your marker as you get closer and closer to line.
So you're going
up.
just off the left side of the rooster with the righty.
Just to the left of the rooster, taking that righty into the rooster.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, my preference here is that I set safety for you with a rope here.
Yep.
So I'll have you go when you feel ready. This is number one. We can like take out our climbing mines, put on our kayaking helmet.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. And yeah, cool. 7 rapids. Enjoy each one of them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So like, I'm looking at this end of my boat kind of right. I see a flake there. It might be further left than my perception, but I'm kind of like aiming right there just so that curler's on the right side of my back, or right side of my hip.
Yeah, you're basically touching that curler with the right side of your boat.
Cool.
Exactly. Yeah, and yeah, it shouldn't be shallow enough that you'll touch that flake with the bottom.
Cool. That's good. Of all the things I was expecting, it wasn't a crossbow lefty.
I'm practicing for number 6. I guess right now it's a pretty clear right.
It looked like it, felt pretty good.
Yeah, when it's higher, it's like much more of a uniform flake.
So, I run it pretty similarly to him. I'll explain my line in a second. But first, just what are you seeing here?
The right side looks gnarly.
Totally.
I mean, generally, when I see a hole like that, obviously the edges are better, but the right side is a rock anyway, so can't see what's right behind here, but he clearly just went through.
We'll be a second, but
I mean, he clearly went right through to the left of that rock. To the right of the rock, it looks like if you had to go to the right of that rock down below, you could. Like if you were up on it going off to the right, you probably want a lot of speed, paddle hard through it, but it looks like it'll go if you end up over there.
yeah. Yeah, totally agree. So you already identified the worst part of the rapid, which is 100% that right rock. The hole ends up actually being relatively flushy in the end, but the rock can vertical pin someone. Sadly, it's a little undercut below it.
Okay.
So basically, for me, my only sort of mantra with this rapid is to just be as far left as possible.
Okay.
Now, if you boop on the left side and you end up going right of the rock in the middle, totally fine. But if you boop on the right side and you end up going right, not fine. So the way that I run it is I catch the eddy on river right, and then I bury out to this little micro eddy in the middle here, and then I peel out and run it from that eddy.
Okay.
Kieram did essentially the same thing. He just surfed the wave across rather than the eddy across. Either works totally fine.
You just come in with a righty and then try to.
Yeah, so I'm coming around on a righty out of the eddy, maybe taking like one righty forward stroke, and then my righty boot stroke, which I'm still sort of trying to go left as I'm taking my boot stroke there.
Cool.
On this one, I'll run it first, and then I'll let you come after me.
Okay.
We can even get in that eddy together on that side.
Okay.
You're also, if you don't like the look of that line, you're welcome to run it straight on.
Okay.
As you can see, there's a pretty obvious straight on downstream V line on the left, but it's just harder to establish right to left momentum there. Which is fine because you're going to be booping on the river left side of the drop. It's going to be pretty hard to get to the rock anyway. But I like aiming for going to the left of this triangle rock below it.
Yeah.
So it's preferential. You can choose your line, but if you want, we can run my line and catch that eddy on the right together.
Okay.
don't actually have right to left momentum at the lip of the drop, right? And I could see you did all three things. You started to develop too much, and then you were like, oh, you stopped paddling, and then you came back at it at the end. So that was sick that you're thinking through it.
I was mildly concerned I was screwing myself.
Yeah, you were gonna tap the wall, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super common actually at the drop above Silencia.
Okay.
A lot of people will get too much of a skip, get too excited about getting right, tap the wall and get shot back left. So it happens on a small scale and a large scale, but
yeah,
it's cool to start thinking about. Once you have the ability to develop the momentum, figuring out how to control it to make it work for you.
Yeah.
So, down here, speaking of a little bit of momentum, is number 3. Basically, number 3 is about a 10 to 15 foot low angle slide into about a 10 to 15 foot waterfall.
Okay.
Okay. The anatomy of the slide is that about halfway down the slide on the left, there's a little rock.
Okay.
A little rock shell. To us, from above, that'll just look like a rooster tail.
Okay.
So, the best line off of the waterfall is to be just about as far river left as you can be.
So right over the rooster tail.
That's the thing. You go over the rooster tail, it'll kick you back right. And so you'll end up on the right.
Got it.
And if you go right, you'll also end up on the right.
Okay.
So the way to get to the best part of the waterfall is to start center right with a little bit of right to left momentum. Kind of trying to sneak in behind the rooster tail.
It's not even on the left of it.
You're going to the right of it.
Oh, to the right of the
It's
rooster
on the
tail.
left, you're starting center right. You're trying to sneak in behind it from right to left.
It's the behind that I'm not getting,
Okay,
sorry.
I won't use that word. You're trying to go past it to the right and then be on the other side of it.
Oh, so it's halfway down the slide.
That's correct.
Got it. So I'll pass it on the right,
It'll be on
and
your
then I will
left.
be left of it at the end. I will be on the right of it,
Yes.
and it will be to the right of me when I'm
It'll
done.
be behind you.
Behind me, and yeah, got
Yep.
it. Okay.
You're in an ideal world, by the time you're going off the waterfall, you are where the rock shelf is.
Okay.
But you've gone in behind it.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and so I don't want to go right at the bottom, so I'm taking a righty stroke off the waterfall.
Traditionally, yes, but that's kind of neither here nor there.
Doesn't matter.
So yeah, we'll get to the actual running of the waterfall in a second, but we're just gonna dial in the top here. So low angle slide, rooster tail, rock shelf. It is a rock shelf, but to us it'll look like a rooster tail on the left. Trying to go just to the right of it, right to left momentum. Okay. The waterfall, the reason that we want to be on the left is that it's oriented where the curtain is the farthest away from the drop on the left and the closest to the drop on the right.
Got it.
If you go off the right, you're probably going to plug it.
Okay.
If you go off the left, you're going to boot the shit out of it. Your stroke almost doesn't matter. What you're using your stroke for on this one is to keep your boat straight.
Okay.
So if you're, because of that, right to left momentum, if you end up putting super hard left, you might want to take a righty.
Yeah.
Or sorry, a lefty.
Yeah.
Right to orient you back straight. If you end up all the way on the right, you might want to take a righty to point you back straight. That's more intuitive. But I wouldn't go in thinking about what stroke you're going to take. I would think, I want to come off this thing going straight.
Got it.
So, right to left to go past this rock shelf. I'll go your way so that we can look at it the same way. Rock shelf, we're coming in right to left. We're going to sneak in behind it, and then we're going to fly off the end of this boot.
Okay.
Now the last piece of beta is that if you do boot the shit out of it, it can be a little bit of a hard hit. So just try and get forward over your cockpit.
Got it.
Yeah.
And I'm able to paddle on this slide, or I'm just ruddering left hard?
Most of the move is happening in the first meter of the, or 3 feet of the 10 to 15 foot slide.
Okay.
Yeah. we'll come around this corner. There's an eddy we'll both sit in.
Okay.
That we enter it from. And you'll be able to see a couple of these things.
Okay.
Come in right here. So, and you can see over there on the right, that's nothing. We're not going to be anywhere near that.
Okay.
Down here you can see that it starts to slide.
Yep.
I kind of think of this sort of bubble boil line right here as marking the river right edge of where that rock shelf is.
Oh.
So I will start to the right side of that little boil line and try and have a little bit of right to left momentum.
Okay.
So that rock shelf extends right about to here.
Okay.
If you do hit the rock shelf, we haven't really talked about that too much yet, you might get pushed back right,
Okay.
and that's totally fine.
Okay.
You can even kind of go over it. At this flow, not really, but when it's a little higher, you can kind of like get enough right to left that you can go over it and still, but it's best to try and miss it, but still go left.
Got it.
Sweet. Everything being said, enjoy it. You're gonna fly off the end of this thing. No matter how you're flying, you're gonna fly.
Okay.
It's super fun.
Cool.
Start on the right, work a little left, keep her straight.
Cool. Sounds good.
Have fun, man.
Yeah.
You'll see where I go and you'll wait for my whistle.
Yep.
Woo!
Which is the shelf? I see it now.
Yeah. It happens really fast.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it was gonna go fast because you were like slow and then boom.
Yeah.
I see the shelf now. I actually thought the bottom thing was the shelf. As I was going, I was like, oh, I have to get to the, and then it was like by the time I had the thought, I was going over it. So I was like, okay.
Yeah. Now you know. I like to let people run that one blind. I think it's a good practice in beta seeking. But
yeah.
We'll do a lot of scouting today, but that one's pretty crazy to fly off of like that.
That was awesome, yeah. Cool. Blasted my nose plugs off. That's about them.
The anatomy is, it's about 15 feet of elevation lost over the course of about 15 feet of rapid.
Okay.
But I wouldn't really call it a slide, and I wouldn't really call it a drop. It kind of just slurries down, and then you boof maybe, at the bottom there's maybe 4 or 5 feet of free fall.
Okay.
It's just like a little drop at the bottom. The water, and you'll see it more as we get closer, piles up on the left side, and then piles up on the right side, and then falls off the boof at the bottom. Our goal is to do neither of those things. In an ideal world, we basically split the difference. We don't get pushed all the way left, and we don't get pushed all the way right. The only hazard with this rapid of any significance is that on the river right, to the right of where the drop falls off, there's a shitty little pocket.
Okay.
And as a kayaker, you use upright kayaker, you could definitely paddle out of it. But as an upside down kayaker, it would be really unpleasant, and certainly as a swimmer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paddle to the river right side of the drop. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna have a rope just for that pocket. And Kieram will be at the bottom. But the way to not go in the pocket is at the bottom of the drop to either be pointed straight or left.
Okay.
I don't really care if you plug this thing, if you go backwards, if you do a freewheel, as long as you're pointed straight or left.
Okay.
If you're pointed right, even if you're boofing, you can kind of skip yourself into the pocket. It's not that easy to go in there, but I just try and avoid it.
Yep.
And everything on the left side is so safe that it's just kind of my preference. So you see the rock on the right?
Yeah.
The water's sort of going around that rock.
Yeah.
Okay? So as it goes downstream, you'll see Kieram reacting to the current here is going to get pushed to the left. And then just as you lost sight of him, he was getting pushed back towards the right.
Right.
So the water's all like this, and then like this. Nice, he's all good. So we're just trying to sort of split that difference. Come in with speed, stay on top of the boils, and go straight through. Not go too far right, not go too far left.
Yeah, so where he turned right, he was probably paddling to turn left again. It looked like as he dropped down, he was aiming, pointing right.
Yeah, my guess is then at the bottom, he probably took a nice, powerful righty sweep stroke.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, as I said, I'm going to catch this little eddy on the right that you can see.
Yeah.
But that kind of makes it really hard to run the rapid.
I can see that, yeah.
It's fine because the rapid, as I said, relatively forgiving.
So it's just like a straight down the middle and I'll be fine.
Straight down the middle and try and boot the thing.
Okay.
Is really the beta, but the secondary beta is try to be pointed straight or left.
Straight or left?
If you're not boofing, I mean, even if you're boofing, but if you're not boofing, that's totally fine. Just point straight or left.
Got it.
Awesome. All I'm gonna catch is Eddie. I'm gonna get out, and then I'll give you a go sign when I'm ready.
Yep. This at all.
Yeah.
From the description, it's not what I expected. But fuck it, it worked. That was pretty cool though. I know. I'm aware. Yeah, yeah. It's not what I expected. I definitely didn't get a stroke off at the right spot.
That's my best flight yet off the bat, but unfortunately that ended like my back a little bit.
Oh fuck, dude. You still okay to paddle?
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been told this was the stoutest class 4 run in the world.
Get the eddy behind this rock on the right. So we first get the eddy under the left, the pyramid, and then we get the eddy behind that rock on the right. Already went.
Yep, got it.
We'll go one at a time.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot of space, but it's all good.
Sounds all right.
Welcome to the worst scout in the world. Like,
yeah.
You can't even see the hole. You can tell though what the move and the hazard, which is that undercut wall.
You can catch this, Eddie?
It's been known to have been run from that eddy before.
What stops you from What's your target on that wall so you don't get pushed into the shit?
Speed.
Okay.
Yeah, like that boil is like hitting a wall.
Yeah.
Whether you hit it up there or down there. But if you come in with enough speed, then you'll never get over it. But you can get over enough of it that you don't at least get pushed all the way back to river right. You can try and get up on it, get pushed back a little, and then try and lay your boot. There's sort of two lines. One of them is just like to get the bump left line.
Yeah.
In which case you're coming in with speed and you're just paddling as hard as you can at that boil, and you never stop. You keep trying to get left as you're falling down the drop. There's not really a good boost to be found all the way on the left side of that drop. But as you probably saw from where you were over there, the hole is kind of flushing on that left side.
Yeah.
More than it is in the middle. The other option for the easy line is to come in same amount of speed, same tenacity, but as you hit that boil, you let it push your bow back to the right, trying to keep as much speed as possible, and then it's a powerful late righty in the middle.
In the middle of the drop.
Of the drop.
Okay. I'm assuming that hole kicks your ass when you go in it.
It's dislocated some shoulders, and definitely, yeah, pretty rowdy swims.
Is there any surfing out of it?
People sometimes get surfed out of it. Beautiful. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Sometimes people get surfed out of it. Rarely people surf out of it. If you're all the way on the left side, it flushes. This is what my instinct is for you in this drop.
Yep.
If this were in DC or Ohio Pile, I'd be pretty keen to have you run this drop. But because we're pretty deep in a canyon in the middle of Mexico, I think today probably it's a Portage.
Yeah.
But with the knowledge that you could probably run it. But just the confidence level I think you have to run this drop here is so much higher than it has to be there.
That's fine.
Does that make sense?
I came in assuming I would carry it because I see people who are more experienced and talented than I am saying they're scared. And if I don't understand that enough, then I'm just really dumb.
Totally. But I think it's
I look at this and I'm like, I could probably do it. I could also easily see myself fucking this up. That's where I am. Looking at this, I'm like, yes, I know how to do that. I didn't ask you this, but I did think it earlier. I was like, if I get a because when you first told me dislocations, I was like, how do you get out if you dislocate your shoulder? I guess you paddle out.
Here we would have to, I mean, if you're interested, we would, let's see, you would hang out down there. I would sprint through 6 and 7. I would run back around with a rope. You can hike down about halfway down that wall, and then we would do some form of a vertical extraction up that wall and then pull you out from there.
That's a pain in the ass.
Or if we could relocate it, you'd run 6.
Yeah, okay.
Or even if we couldn't relocate it, maybe we'd throw and go 6.
Jump 6.
Yeah, maybe jump 6, but 7 is hard to jump. Possible on the left, I think. Anyways, there's a couple options depending on how bad it was.
None
Is
of
the
them
answer,
great.
but yeah.
Also, have you been sick in Mexico yet?
Are you trying to jinx me?
No, I was going to say being in that hole is a great way to break your streak.
That's an interesting point that I had not considered. Let's not do that.
But yeah,
No,
yeah.
I mean, I was planning to walk this. I'm looking at it and I'm like, listening to you in the back of my head and being like, I see the move. I'm fine portaging it.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm glad you're okay with it. And frankly, like, yeah, I think that more than likely you would make the move you would need to make here. But I think that just the confidence level necessary to run this rapid in this location at a level that I feel comfortable with is pretty fucking high.
That's totally fine.
But yeah. There's still 2 awesome trees to be laid downstream. So. And the Portage is one of the more exciting portages probably anyone's ever done.
Okay.
Okay, when you run it,
Yeah.
I've never really felt like a rope there is very useful on the rapids.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. If I really fuck it, then I'll see you over there.
I'll be in my
I mean, it's not. Yeah. I mean, really, it's like swimming is like. I mean, it's easy to say this out loud, but swimming is like plan D. It's like, I'm coming in, I don't have enough speed, then I just revert to the get the fuck left line.
Yeah.
If I fuck up the get the fuck left line and somehow end up in the middle with no speed, then I'm trying to surf out. If I can't surf out, then maybe I swim, and then, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's a pretty, it's like plan D. But anyways, so.
Nah, don't do that. Just show us the Stevie line.
That'll be the goal. Yeah. So well, we'll work through at least most of the portage first.
Cool.
So basically the portage dip, Kieram knows it, but we're gonna rope boats through this eddy. So I'll go back there, test my throw bagging skills, try and get a rope to you guys. You will then flip that rope to Kieram's throw bag and my throw bag.
You can just throw a hitch on yours.
Hitch onto the boat? Or what?
Like, put a hitch in a beaner and just do it that way. Maybe we both have a handle on the same rope.
Yeah, that's fine. I kind of like having an extra payout of rope on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that works too. But yeah, and then we'll carabiner them to each other, flip a boat, and then we just shuttle the boats. It's just 2 boats, so it's super easy. You guys will be here. You have the hard job of pulling them up onto here.
Okay.
And then I don't know where you normally throw and go from here. But I personally do it like right here. And I'm throwing kind of in that notch. But when I'm doing a throw and go that's sort of this high consequence, not that it's like dangerous, it's just that it's annoying if your boat fills up with water. What I do is I hold my boat and I kind of slide it back and forth like a pool cue through like the thing that you shoot pool through.
Yeah.
And see where the pool cue, aka my kayak, is gonna get turned. Yeah. And then I kind of adjust accordingly to see like where it's gonna fly off.
Got it.
And then give it that nice push so it's like booping through. And then you boop with your body. Same spot, just one thing is this wall isn't completely vertical, so you do jump out. It's pretty vertical, but the more you can jump out, the better. Do you feel okay about this cliff jump?
Yeah.
Sweet. Because I have gotten a no before, and there is another option, but it's a fucking bitch. But it's still a cliff jump. And then yeah, you rodeo into that boat the same way we've been rodeoing everywhere in that eddy.
Yep.
So yeah, my instinct is let's say this. Best case scenario. Kieram, you throw first, everything goes well, you rodeo in, you're in your boat in the pool. In that case, I'll run it next, right? Yeah. And then you'll throw and go.
Okay.
In the case that that doesn't go perfectly, then you'll throw and go. And in the case that both of you guys don't go perfectly, I'll run it. Anyway, it's all the same, really. We're all gonna end up in the same places with the same stuff, no matter what order. But ideally, it would be Kieram goes in, you can watch me run it and get an idea for that, and then we'll both be down there to help you get in.
So the problem is someone's boat flips over and fills up.
Yeah, exactly. That's the worst case scenario. Okay. Except if my boat fills up, then it's just a little worse than your Yeah. Sweet guys, that sounds good. I'll go over there, toss you a rope, shuttle the boats, and yeah, fuck yeah. Cheers guys. Cool. Enjoy the jump. I still haven't done this jump.
If you want to have two ropes.
There's a rope in my boat that you can grab if you need it.
Oh, perfect. I'll use the rope in your boat.
Yep. Nice. The bottom. Forgot to put my nose plugs on. See how sick I get.
No, but didn't yours go over that way?
Yours is vertical over here.
You lowered it, right? Chris lowered it. Yeah, so I go in completely from the stern. Yeah, exactly. Nice, man.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of shit up my nose. I wish I hadn't done that. I held it, but it didn't work. Oh, sinus infection, here I come.
What's that?
Sinus infection, here I come.
Not a super common Mexico problem, but sometimes I'll get like the sniffles for a couple days.
Well, I just got a bunch of water up in them.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I'm saying, but normally when that happens to me, it's rarely that I'll get like, I mean, I've never seen someone get a sinus infection down here. Sometimes you just like get a runny nose.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Which is, I guess, a sinus infection, just not a very severe one. So this wall actually, in a kayak, looks worse than it is. If you want, you can side surf across the whole thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's more pleasant not to.
Yeah, I would imagine. All good?
Kieram is gonna purposely take a soft hit.
Okay.
I don't know how he's gonna go about doing it, but that's what he told me. Yeah. Honestly, it's probably more of a move than we wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so we call that the ski jump.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Almost an auto boost, but I've tried to just rail grab off it and you do end up plugging.
Okay.
You do need to pull a bit of a boost off it. Yeah, pretty friendly. A lot of people freewheel it, it's pretty sick, but I'd say today just try and take a big stroke and try and land over your bow.
Yeah.
Try and land with your upper body all the way forward. That'll tell me that A, you're going to take a soft hit, but B, that you have the air awareness to do that, you know?
Yeah.
This is starting to get to those heights where stomping is great if you were really dialed with your stomp, but if you're going to move it really hard and then you end up stomping it just a little, you can really take a big impact.
Cool.
Yeah.
How big is this one? 20?
I would call it 20 to 25, depending on how far left you are.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I kind of like to meet sort of that curler coming off the left. I guess there's two curlers.
It
That
looks
should
like
be more clear.
It looks like there's like a little cutout bowl shape. Just on river right side of it, there's like, it looks like there's a green highway that takes you right off the center.
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
Yeah. I think the best marker for me, because it's a ski jump, you can see the lip from so far upstream.
Okay.
So I aim at that curler on the lip.
Got it.
Most rapids you would need to do that and spot it from above, but since it literally like comes back up for you,
yeah,
you can see that from pretty far upstream.
Cool.
Yeah, trying to go off just off the top of it, get as much airtime as possible, right?
Awesome. Yeah.
I'll go first. And then well, Kieram went first. I'll go second.
Yeah.
And then you'll go.
Cool.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah. That was awesome. I can understand why. I felt that a little.
Yeah. I would say even farther forward.
Okay.
Like trying to be touching your
Got it.
cockpit with your nose almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was I, like this?
Yeah, you were like here. You were thinking about it, but you weren't like.
I didn't do enough. Got it.
It's a hard thing because by virtue of how we boof, you're probably gonna end your boof here, right? So it's hard to get used to going all the way forward like that.
I could have leaned forward and probably more.
Yeah.
I mean, like I had time to do it, is what I mean.
Sure.
I just was like, I'm forward, cool.
Yeah, exactly. And you're enjoying the free fall.
I sure was.
Come on.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that one's sick, huh? Right there. The water, as you get closer, starts to push you towards the right. You let it do that, and then you fall off an auto boot about 4 or 5 feet right of the rock.
Okay.
If you were to paddle straight at that auto boot, you'll end up in a crack a little farther right.
Okay.
So we paddle kind of at that dry rock, and let the water do the work pushing us left to right. 5 foot, 6 foot auto boot, and then just keep your wits about you because there's just one more boulder boot right in front of you.
Okay.
Super good to go, super fun.
Cool.
Yeah. Theater, right? Yeah, it looks like this. I was wondering. So if I get. The other day, it looked good though. Yeah. There's another line, just for your knowledge, more of a high water line, where you go all the way right, run all the way around along the right wall.
Oh, nice.
It's super cool, but the same track that you can find if you go too far right from the left line can be found if you go too far left from the right line. It's a very tight line. We know questions, it was tested recently. But we'll paddle straight at this rock. You'll sort of watch me go, or you can even follow me if you want.
Okay.
But I'll paddle in my rock, the water is pushing me down, auto boost, and then just a second boot.
Okay.
Have fun.
Yeah. It is. They're gonna get in trouble with these rocks.
One last move on the right.
Oh, right.
That looks sick.
Okay, now I see the crack.
Yeah. The goal is to not see the crack.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the one like way on the right.
Yeah, but that water, it really pushes that way.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't describe it the way I did, people fucking always go.
Okay. I believe you.
No, yeah, also, the auto booth, you can kind of tell from here, where we went off it towards river left, is like a nice flat auto booth.
Yeah.
And the farther you go right, the more it wants to kick you right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like, even if you don't end up in the crack, you just end up pointed right. Yeah. That's the 60s.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Way better than roadside, right?
It's extremely different. This is very, I haven't paddled anything like this.
Yeah.
Roadside, I also haven't paddled anything like. This is all new, I love it.
Yeah.
Is this one of those you go a little bit further and you're into some shit you shouldn't be in?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
Kind of, because the next rapid of significance is a 150 footer. But it's not like Black Hole where you can accidentally run it. The whole river spreads out. It's a giant horizon line. Like,
pretty obvious.
One story of a crew. You know how I said there was an alpha once that ran this without an owner?
Yes. Yeah.
They had to go down a ways. I think there was another crew, maybe a Josh Arnson, Spencer Beck kind of crew, that had to go down to get something. I don't know. And then attain back up and board it.
Yeah.